Back in 2017, LG was the first company to release their flagship phone LG G6 with a 18:9 display. The LG G6 was a phone with some compromises, but to some extent with quite uncommon features as well. Like it had a tall 18:9 Quad HD screen, which was Dolby Vision and HDR10 supported. It was the first non-pixel device to utilize Google's Assistant. And just like its predecessors, it had a wide-angle camera as well, which at that time was taken for granted by other companies. And if you think about it, it was a pretty safe phone from LG. But because it was announced at the same time as Samsung Galaxy S8, so eventually its sales were badly affected by the competition. So it's been almost 4 years since LG G6 was launched. Despite the fact that it is one of the most underrated phones ever, there are still some people like me who would prefer buying it over new budget phones. And that brings us to the question that whether LG G6 could be a better deal in comparison with the similarly priced phones in 2021 or not. By the way, if you are enjoying this video, then please make sure to subscribe to this channel. Thank you. The build quality of this device is up to the mark. The whole body of the phone is sandwiched between glass and aluminum. On the back, you get two cameras, one of which is a 13-megapixel main sensor with an aperture of f1.8 and the other one is a 13-megapixel sensor with an aperture of f2.4. The main camera has got optical image stabilization as well. And due to the f1.8 aperture of the main camera, LG G6 takes some decent shots in low light as well. And the background blur also feels quite natural and pleasant to look at. To be honest, the stock camera app doesn't take much benefit out of these sensors. However, the manual video mode is one of the best things about this device. And personally, I really enjoy using it. And the pictures, well, the pictures are nicely sharp and vivid, except for the front camera, which is not very good. It's nicely wide, but it lacks sharpness and detailing for the most part. Now, have a look at this video. This is taken on the wide-angle lens of the LG G6. It was a beautiful rainy day in Islamabad. The sky was full of clouds. And as you can see, the overall scene looks amazing, but it looks a bit underexposed up to my taste. So let me know, what do you think about it? And this is the video shot on the main camera of the LG G6 in 4K 30 frames per second. In this scene, everything looks fine to me. It's nicely sharp and well exposed, but I would have liked it more if the dynamic range was more aggressive. So, on the rear side below the camera module, you can see a fingerprint sensor which also doubles as the power button. Personally, I really like this concept as you can easily lock and unlock your phone through a single button. The position of the power button is also great and the unlocking speed is also very nice. On the front, you get a 5-megapixel selfie camera and a 5.7 inches 2K resolution IPS screen. On the left side, it has the volume buttons. And on the right side, you get to see a SIM tray, in which you can insert one SIM and an SD card up to 2 TB. On the bottom, it has a microphone, a USB Type-C jack, and a loudspeaker. On the top, we have got a 3.5mm audio jack and a secondary microphone. LG G6 had two models, one with a wireless charging support and the other one with a Hi-Fi quad DAC. The US and Canadian models had wireless charging support, while the rest of the world had a Hi-Fi quad DAC feature, which was kind of a bummer since users had to sacrifice one or the other thing in such a situation. Now, if you talk about the pricing, this device was first released for about $700, but now it has the same price as the new budget phone. Now, that doesn't mean it's a bad phone by any means. In fact, in most cases, it is going to perform much better than the new budget phones. And you can run a test yourself, and I'm sure the results will be self-evident. And there is a very good reason for that. Generally, companies put most of their resources into making their flagship devices stand out. And since this was a flagship phone of 2017, so it had all the perks of that time, which a flagship phone should have at that time. In flagship phones, the best available hardware is used, due to which it performs better than most of the low-end phones even years later. See, this particular model of LG G6 has 4 GB of RAM, 32 GB of internal storage, Snapdragon 821 processor and a Quad HD display. A display which you will never see in the price range of $150 to $200. The content on this display looks really good, and since the display has got HDR10 support, so it is reasonably vivid and sharp as well. The viewing angles are also nice considering that it's an IPS panel. The screen is visible in daylight, but I think for 2021, the brightness level of this display seems to be a bit on the lower side. Now, in case of gaming experience, it runs Call of Duty with no problems at all. The overall experience was very smooth without any lags or crashes. It has a 3300 mAh battery which lasts for a day easily on normal usage. However, the maximum screen on time you get is around 6 to 7 hours. The weight of the phone is well distributed and the glass build makes it look very premium in hand. Some other useful features of LG G6 include NFC, fingerprint sensor, compass, proximity, barometer, gyroscope, and microSD support up to 2 TB, including the knock-on feature in software, which is worth appreciating as you can easily double tap to on or off the display using it. On the charging side, LG G6 supports 18 watts of fast charging. It is also important to mention that although the hardware is still pretty good, but most of the LG G6 models are still running on the Android 7 or Android Oreo, and the Korean models are the only ones which have received firmware update up to Android 9. It is one of the downsides of buying this phone, that you have to deal with the outdated software. To be honest, if your model is supported to get Android 9, then you should upgrade it immediately. The LG G6 has got a lot of customization options in the software. Some of my favorites are Contrast Mode, Smart Doctor, Dual Apps, Knock-On, and Power Saving Mode, which works really well. Also, I really appreciate the tons of other customization options which LG has packed into this device. So, in the end, I would suggest if you really want a high-end phone for a very low price, then it is still a good time to buy LG G6. However, I would recommend to search for the Korean models because you will be able to upgrade to Android 9 at least. So that's it for today. Thanks for watching, stay safe and bye.